What's up, everybody? It's Fish here with FGG, Feel Good Gaming. We got Dylan Orlando here, second place at the FGG today. Show off the prize.
First up, JD.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How do you feel about that prize?
Oh, really good. You know, always a good tournament. Always nice to have, Edison's themed prize cards and good prizes in general.
How you feel your rounds went today?
Pretty good. I played against 4 different decks total. I played against Blackwing 5 times, including Top Cut, and then I played against Plants, Frog, and what's the last one? Oh, and Gladiator Beast.
Nice. All right, let's get into the deck.
All right, so with the monsters, 2 green Gadget, 2 red Gadget, 2 yellow Gadget. Honestly, I wish I played at least 1 or 2 more of these. I think 6 might be too little of an amount with offering in the deck. So maybe a 7th or an 8th. 9 is too many, but I do think I should have played at least 1 more of these. For the Machinas, 3 Gear Frame, 3 Fortress, 2 Force. Honestly, your powerhouses of the deck, the Gadgets are good and consistent to get you pluses and to help you with your 1-for-1s, but these are the things that push for game. Onto the spells, 3 Solidarity. The thing that makes the Gadgets work, they're so weak they die to everything, but if you get a Solidarity, all your monsters are bigger than Synchros or any boss monsters. 3 Smash and Ground. Overall good removal, very good against Blackwings because when they can't use Colute, good against Titanial, and honestly, again, like you're just trying to go 1-for-1, trying to plus, so you really just need to have 1-for-1 good removal that hits big stuff. And the one-ofs, limited removal, Brain Con, and MST.
All right.
Onto the traps. 2 Offering, 2 Oppression, 2 Compulse, 2 Bottomless, 3 Deep Prison, Mirror Force, and then the one-ofs, Starlight Road, Dark Bribe, Trap Dust Shoot, Torrential, and Judgment. Honestly, I wish that Offering and Oppression did more work today. The only time I actually got to use an Offering, I ran into a Torrential, but I kind of was just trying to overextend for game. And Oppression was fine, but a lot of the times they would just get blown up with MSDs or Dust Tornadoes or something like that. So either way worked out, but 40 cards in the main deck.
All right, onto the side and extra.
There's 15 cards in the extra deck, but the only cards that matters is the Stardust Dragon for Starlight Road and the 2 Chimera Techs. It can be 12 other cards. I guess Brain Con, you can steal some stuff, so it matters a little bit with the Synchros. So Brio, Another Stardust, Mistworm, RDA, Colossal, Black Rose, Power Tool, Ancient Fairy, and Goyo. But a lot of the times, I'm really not going to try to steal a tuner. Brain Control is kind of a card that's going to try to help me win the game at that point, because a lot of times if you're just making a Synchro that's not a machine, you're going to turn off your Solidarity. And then also a lot of times, just 1 Synchro with back row is not really going to do anything. So I really didn't use any of the extra deck except for the Chimera Techs and the Stardust. Then to the side deck, 2 Cyber Dragons. Heavy in the side, it wasn't in the main just because you're playing so many traps, but against certain matchups you do want to board it in. 2 Noblemen Crossouts. 3 Dust Tornado. These came in a lot today because of Blackwing. I also boarded in the finals against Plants because Plants equipped spells are very, very good and you need a way to stop them. 2 Point the Rug, and then the Floodgates, other Floodgates, 3 Shadow and 2 Light. I sided these in against every single Blackwing opponent. They didn't perform as well as I wanted them to, but they got there, and the Light and Prison didn't come in at all because they didn't really do anything.
Okay.
I didn't play the light decks.
Okay, that's clean. That's clean. So how'd you like the deck today?
Good. I mean, a lot of the times, the Edison card pool does have its powerhouses, but a lot of the cards are kind of weak. So I just went with the consistent, a lot of +1s, a lot of back row, and just see if it can push through. And it ended up working out well. It sucks to lose in the finals to Burn because I felt like I was in a good position. But I mean, that's just what happens with the Plant deck. A lot of the times, I beat the Titanials, which are normally the problem because I always drew Smash and Ground. But sometimes you just can't beat extra Burn.
Would you run it again? Would you run it back with Gadgets again?
I would run it again, but like I said, I think I'd run a 7th or 8th Gadget. 9 is too many, but I do think I need a little more because the other times that I did draw Offering, I had like 1 Gadget left in deck, so it didn't really make sense to play it. And I think I would look at the trap lineup again and just maybe make some changes there. But overall, I was happy with the deck.
Okay. Any shout outs and closing remarks?
Yeah, of course. Shout out my wife Coral for love and support. Shout out my brother Fisher for playing with me for feels like almost like 15, 20 plus years playing this game. And yeah, just shout out to everyone else that tests and plays. I don't play this game that often, but it's good to have friends at these events when I do.
All right, sounds good. We'll wrap it up with that then.